What's going on? This is Market Mondays. This is the Broke Genius, and we are going to talk about neighborhood grades and housing grades. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, there's different grades of neighborhoods, and there's also different housing grades. So, from A to F, you have A being the best neighborhood, A being the best grade of house. So typically, a A grade neighborhood would be somewhat like of a well-to-do neighborhood, low crime, very high income, or you know, people that are up to date on their mortgages, no zero to no foreclosures, best schools. That's typically what an A grade neighborhood is. And when it comes to houses, a grade house will primarily be a brand new house or a house that is completely updated almost to like where it could be shown on HGTV. Um, it's like everything has been completely rehabbed, renewed. Most people's houses are C grade because houses are, they have wear and tear, they have blemishes. Most people are okay with their house being C grade. It's pretty standard. Some people actually are not okay with that. Okay. Some people they want to buy a new house every 5 years or every 10 years or something like that. But most houses, even rehabbed houses, are B grade because the houses just was so terrible that the person that bought it, they rehabbed it the best way they could, but it went from probably F grade or D grade to B grade because it's like to make it A grade, it probably would have had to demolish the house and rebuild the house. Okay, so a lot of times B grade is pretty good too. Okay, but I'm gonna go more in depth about that, and I'm gonna actually show you. Let me start off by sharing my screen, and I'm gonna show you from my blog, brokegeniuses.com. I'm gonna explain to you what housing grades are, and then I'm gonna show you live examples of real estate listings that actually um, show what neighborhood grades and housing grades are. Okay, I'm gonna break it down to you so you'll be well versed in real estate. I'm not saying you're gonna be a property inspector, but after watching this video, you should be well versed in typically being able to just walk through a house or go through a neighborhood and be like, okay, this is a C grade neighborhood or D grade or F grade or B grade or A grade. You'll be able to know that by examples that I show today. You'll get a good snapshot of a walkthrough of a house to be like just even looking at the pictures, you'll be like, okay, I understand what he's talking about. I got some game, some real estate game to add to my toolkit. So when I actually get to the point where I'm actually going to buy a house, I know what to look for. So ideally, looking at these neighborhood grades, you want a A grade neighborhood and you want an A grade house. I mean, that's like the best of the best. A lot of times people do actually, have that. A lot of A grade neighborhoods, they got little brand new little mini mansions, and you know, that's typically how a lot of those people like to roll. So I'm gonna go from top to bottom here. When I'm gonna talk about the neighborhoods, and then I'm gonna go talk about housing grades. And then from that, I'm going to show you live examples of actual real estate listings, and basically give you a good understanding of what live examples of neighborhood grades and housing grades. Okay, so we're gonna, you know, pretty hit the like button if you're coming in, please. I would greatly appreciate that. Oh yeah, yeah. How's it going, women of the past? You running errands? That's good. And yeah, by the way, if your Mondays is not busy, you doing something wrong. If your Monday is not busy, you not doing nothing, man. You gotta work harder because for most people like myself that run side businesses and then also work, my Mondays are busy. I mean, I basically was shipping out. I just got back from the post office. I was shipping like 6 packages today. You know, Friday I had to ship out a package, so yeah, your Monday should be definitely busy. So shout out to the woman of the past. She's busy. She's an entrepreneur as well. Her Mondays is busy right now. So um, this is the five neighborhood grades. Okay, these are five types of neighborhoods. So F neighborhoods are high crime, high unemployment, a lot of rundown properties, extremely difficult to fix and flip, and difficult to collect rental payments. Um, I'll give you an example of an F grade neighborhood just off the top of my head. Detroit. Okay, Detroit is an F grade neighborhood. Okay. So that is example just off the top of my head. Okay, so D grade neighborhoods, moderate crime, and unemployment, moderately difficult to fix and flip, and collect rent payments. And there are some rundown properties. Okay, so I'll throw my neighborhood to where I bought my property. According to this housing grade, Gary, Indiana, you could also parts of Gary, Indiana, you could put in F grade neighborhood status because definitely I was gonna say Gary was D grade, but um, it's not moderate. It's Gary, Indiana is not, some rundown properties. Okay, Detroit is not some rundown properties. I mean, in Gary is it's a lot of opportunity. I'm there. I'm trying to buy more properties as we speak, man. I'm trying to fix my house up, but Gary, unfortunately, I have to say, is Gary, Indiana, is a F grade neighborhood. Okay, it's parts where it's nice, it's parts where it's not so nice, but overall, I have to say it's F grade city or whatever neighborhood, town, whatever you want to say. A D grade neighborhood, as I'm stating right now, is like I say, moderate crime, moderate unemployment, moderately difficult to fix and flip, and then moderate pretty much means basically it's somewhat, you know, it's like somewhat a crime. It's somewhat difficult to fix and flip, collect rent payments. There are some rundown properties, but it's not like a lot, So when I read that, basically one thing, Gary, Indiana, it has a lot of rundown properties, okay? Because it costs money to actually demolish those homes, and let's just face it, Detroit, Gary, Indiana, they lost a lot of tax base. They don't have a lot of tax money to demolish those properties, okay? So moving along, you have C grade neighborhoods, marginal crime, and marginal unemployment rates, slightly difficult to fix and flip and collect rent payments, and some abandoned properties, but not that many. So basically, slightly, okay, like very, very few rundown properties. It's somewhat or even, marginally difficult to fix and flip and collect rent payments, but not really. Okay, it's you can still do it. Okay, um, So yeah, moving along, B neighborhoods are low crime rate, low unemployment rate, minor difficulty to fix and flip and collect rental payments, and very few uh, abandoned properties and investment costs tend to be higher. Okay. An A grade neighborhood, extremely low crime, extremely low unemployment. Properties tend to sell very quickly, and rental payments are easier to collect. Typically, in an investment costs are extremely higher than other neighborhoods. Okay, so this is from this is from my blog brokegeniuses.com's page 5. I didn't write this in 2020. This actually is comes from my other blog, which is like a blog spot. I wrote this like 3-4 years ago. Okay, a couple years ago. So this is another thing that you want to know, and this is property grades. Most importantly, I would say the property grades are important because you don't want to buy an F grade house in a F grade neighborhood or a D grade neighborhood or whatever, any of those sorts, because it's just a recipe for disaster. Okay, so F grade structures is in a very poor condition, in need of complete reconstruction or tear down. Um, house is also house is also needs damn, I need to do some editing. House also, I need to take this is out. House also needs to be completely gutted to bare studs. Reconstruction costs may be more than the value of the property, usually fire damage, heavily black mold, termite damage, damaged housing structure, um, or etc. House may have been uninhabited for 3 to 5 years. Women of the Past says, "I'm in Michigan. Is the way to go for a young person to buy there. It will flourish." And oh yeah, I mean, one thing about real estate in whatever area, just about, it's always cyclical. It might be down, but it goes up, and they don't make new land. I mean, land is very powerful, because one thing I will say is that if you own like a plot of just land, like say farm, like in a farm area, I mean, you should, for one, you should buy it, because you should just get it if it's cheap. You should get it. Then two, what you should do is you should just freaking start a nursery and start growing plants, man. Growing vegetables, fruit, man. I mean, why not? Because one thing is that you can utilize the soil, you can utilize the space to grow crops. You can, if you can get you a license, you can grow marijuana. You can make money off of the land. I mean, it's people doing it. You can even start a homestead where you can literally have chickens, you can have, some goats, you know, lamb or whatever, and you can make so much money, man. You just be laughing in your sleep, because people gonna eat food, man. It's never gonna stop, okay? And then real estate, people tend to always need a place to stay. I mean, I don't know. I just can't help but notice that people gonna always need a place to stay. I have a house, and I still need a place to stay because it's not finished, it's not fixed up. And I'm actually having the hardest time trying to find a place to stay. I'm probably gonna be living in a hotel, because I mean it's gonna be nice, but it's like, man, I mean I'm having a hard time actually finding a place to rent, because it's just a lot of red tape. But people need places to live. Okay, it's not rocket science. But the repair costs with F grade houses, typically, this is just a rough estimate, $30,000 to $50,000. Okay, and this is depends on if you're doing the work, depending on um, you know whoever you got doing the work or whatever, this is what those costs are, okay, for F grade house. Now, a D grade structure is in poor condition. Reconstruction is needed to completely restore to habitable and up to code. House also needs to be completely gutted to the bare studs. Reconstruction costs can exceed more than the value of the property. Usually fire damage, heavy black mold, termite damage, damage housing structure, or etc. House may have been uninhabited for only 1 to 3 years. Okay. Repair costs are 20 to 30,000. So this is what I have. This is what I'm working with. I mean, my house is a D grade structure. Um, you know, it's needs to be rehabbed, needs to be brought up to code. It's 1918 house. um yeah, I know I could, but I'm not on that. I ain't trying to camp outside my house. I've done that camping. I've even squatted in a house that I had before with no water and no water, and actually at one time no heat, but I ended up getting a furnace fixed. Not going down that road. I don't need to. I can, I just need a few months to get some stuff, basically the mechanicals fixed up, get some stuff fixed up, and I'll be good. But yeah, I've been there before, women of the past. But yeah, typically housing. So I mean, D grade houses are like kind of in bad shape, but you got something to work with, okay? And it cost is a lot less than an F grade structure, because F grade structures are also called, why the F would you buy it? Because it's almost like a tear down. I recommend anybody that's getting into real estate stay away from F grade houses. Okay, even really stay away from D grade houses, because see, I bought an F grade house. That was my first house. I'm gonna show you, actually. I'm gonna show you my house that I bought, when I actually go show you live examples. And it really kind of helped me, because when I looked at my house and it's still in bad shape, I know that I could fix it up, because with this one I knew what it would have taken to fix it up. Anything worse, better than that, it's like it looks a lot pleasing to me. But I don't even recommend someone to buy a D grade house, because I mean, if you're a new investor that you're just starting out, because the cost is going to be frustrating. You might be in over your head, and I just don't recommend it. For somebody that's just starting out trying to fix up houses, because ideally most houses are degrade that have been sitting over a few years to 5 years or more. They just are, because you got weatherization, got mold from water coming in. The roof is pretty much gone for the most part, or it's in disrepair. You might have sewage backup. I mean, it's a lot of stuff involved with houses. You can just drive down the street, your block, and if you see a house that someone left for like some years and years, 9 times out of 10 it's a D grade house, because it just, because of how it's just been sitting and rotting away. I mean, it just gonna need to be completely gutted. Okay, so that's typically how that goes. um she said we can do the prep and then they can do the work, but the prep you save a lot of money. Oh yeah, definitely. So C grade structures. A structure is in fair condition. House may need major or minor rehabbing to restore house to be habitable and up to code. A major clean out may be needed before rehabbing. The median cost for rehab should net a decent profit for the investor, or equity for the buyer. Typically may need new drywall, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, fixtures, painting, appliances and may need rehab or exterior roof siding, masonry, and tuck pointing for brick structures. Okay, house may have been uninhabited for a year or less. Typical cost of that is $10,000 to $20,000. Okay, this is like kind of what I'm going through with my house between C grade and D grade type of stuff. Okay, so C grade is like kind of fair condition. Okay, so it's still you probably gonna have to spend about $10,000 to $20,000 to fix it up. This is just an estimate. Okay, depending on where you live, it might be more, it might be less. Okay. And if you're doing the work yourself, it'll be a lot less. Okay. So moving on, and like I said, most houses are C grade structures because if you got a house that let's say a family have lived in it since the 90s and they've never upgraded the house, they got 90s kitchen cabinets, a 90s kitchen, a 90s bathroom, or 80s bathroom, or whatever. And all of that stuff has to be gutted outside the house, unless you gonna live in there like that, or you're not trying to sell it. Because when people trying to buy houses, they ain't trying to buy your 90s kitchen, your 80s bathroom. So typically, most people's houses, a kitchen lasts only about 10 years, or really 15 if you keep it up, till it needs to be like something, you know, the cabinets might need resurfacing, it might be the floor might need to be retouched up or repaired, or something wrong, bathroom, depending on how you have your bathroom, it might need to be, you might need a new vanity, or something, a new toilet or whatever. Like typically bathrooms and kitchens only last about, I would say, on average 10 to 15 years. So a lot of times when you get a new house, you have to do the bathrooms, you have to redo the kitchens, you have to do the floors, and you typically might have to put a fresh coat of paint. Now, when you're doing that, if you just all that's all you have to do, that's usually a C grade house, which is not bad. I mean, if all I had to do was just do that, that house would have probably been done right now because it's basically everything is there. Okay, you don't have to do any electrical work. You don't have to do just minor stuff. That's typically what a C grade house, and then most people's houses are C grade. I mean, just it is what it is. Okay. Um, B grade structures is in decent to condition. Minor rehab might be needed to get the property habitable and up to code. No major defects. Might need some clean out. Depending on what the investment cost and location of the property, this type of property may be the best deal for all parties involved due to condition of the property and the comps in the area. Typically may need painting, flooring, fixtures, appliances, and may need minor rehab or exterior roof work, siding, masonry, and tuck pointing for brick structures. Okay, house may have been uninhabited for less than a year. The typical cost could be like $10,000 to $5,000. Okay, so like something like this, actually, actually, my ex-wife bought more of this, a C grade house. She bought a house that she had to do some work with because, I mean, they just left stuff. They had roaches. They had to get exterminated route. They had to rip the drywall out the house because roaches get behind your walls and stuff. And she had to put new drywall, new kitchen cabinets, all of that. So yeah, I mean, she's green. This is her first house that she ever bought. So I mean, she bought a C grade house, and she had to do get somebody to do this work for her. But I mean, a B grade house would be like, you have to just do some light painting, redo the floors because not because they're messed up, because you just don't like them. Just do some like cosmetic upgrades. get some appliances, like typical stuff. I mean, a little small clean out, just little light stuff. And like I say, the repair cost can be $10,000 and $5,000. Okay. Now, A grade structure is in good condition. Need minor cleaning, may need minor cleaning. No major defects, might need some clean out. The investments costs are typically higher depending on the location of the property. This type of property may be the best deal for all parties involved due to condition of the property and the comps in the area. Typically may need painting, flooring, fixtures, and appliances. So, I mean, this is like really, a brand new house. I mean, the painting, flooring, and fixtures is because sometimes people actually buy brand new houses, and women are very picky, with this. I have to put women under the bus for this. They get a brand new house and they just don't like the paint, so they just put some brand new paint up, and then they don't like the flooring, so they just put some flooring up. It's the house is move-in ready. A grade house is pretty much move-in ready. All you have to do is just turn the key. They're called turnkeys. But, people want to personalize things. And it's not just women, but, you know, people sometimes they want to change how the look of the house is. So they're going to change the appliances out. A lot of times people like stainless steel appliances. So if they got like little, general appliances, they going to take those out, put them in the garage or try to sell them or whatever, and they're gonna get stainless steel appliances. They're gonna get some, nice, cool looking fixtures. You know what I'm saying? So, typical cost is like, you know, $0 to $5,000 for a grade house. Now, I'm gonna show you according to, I'm gonna open up Realtor.com, and I'm gonna show you. Well, first, what I'll do is I'll show you a F grade house and actually a F grade neighborhood. I'm gonna show you my house this is my first house that I bought years ago, over 10 years ago. Okay. And I'm gonna show you the condition of a F grade house. Okay. I think it's still pictures up. I'm pretty certain that they still have them up. Now I paid $1 for this house. So this is one picture, okay? But look at how many bedrooms. It was 6 bedrooms, man. That's like a mansion if I would have fixed it up. But I did not, man. This porch right here, this porch you see, I was sitting on this porch crying because I couldn't figure out how on God's green earth I could come up with $50,000 to fix this house up, man, because I wanted to fix it up. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to find some more pictures of this house because it man, when I tell you, man, these pictures, man, it's something else, man. When you actually see these actual pictures, man, you'll be like, wow, what the hell were you doing? But when you green and you're investing and you just buy a property, just because it's available, this is the type of stuff you deal with, because you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of old, so it's like I don't know if that picture is enough, if it's any more pictures available, because I haven't actually looked in a while, to see if they actually still have these pictures. Okay, so Zillow, shout out to Zillow, they still have the pictures up on their site. Great. So this is one of the pictures. Okay, so this house was fire damaged. Okay, I paid $1 for it, and if you think I'm lying, they'll show. Zillow does not, mess around. Okay, you see all of this fire damage right here. Okay, now I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close out of this, and I'm. You think I'm lying to you? So when you go to Home Details, I mean, it's the house has been leveled. The city, basically leveled this house years ago. But they'll show you the actual like what somebody paid for the house. So you see right here, 2012. I bought this house from Econo Homes for $1. Now I tried to sell it. I did try to sell it, but even trying to sell it, I didn't even know what I was doing because I don't even know if how to the procure. I didn't know how to sell a house. I swear, I promised the guy I did not know how to sell a house. I mean, but you see right here, I literally paid $1 for it. Now the fees and everything, it came out to be over that, but yeah, I paid almost 1,000 in total with all the fees, but literally $1. This is $1 house you're looking at in Chicago, but they demolished it in 2012. Yeah, they demolished it. I literally pulled up and it was leveled. But as you can see, it had a basement. It didn't look like this because when I got it, it was just it was like plywood. It wasn't none of these little plastic little openings. But this is, my friend, an F grade house in a F grade community. Okay. So this, you see all of this charred up. This is the second floor. This is the roof. All of this needed to be replaced. All of this. This is an F grade house. Okay. Um. So, and then if you go, I'm gonna go open up demographics.com, or actually, I'm gonna put in Zip Skinny, or actually, you know what? I'll just put in West Pullman, um, Chicago, demographics, because a lot of times people don't know, like they just watch the news, but Chicago is not all bad, but it is certain parts of Chicago you want to definitely be alert on, and West Pullman is definitely one of those. I'll tell you another one. West Pullman is one of them, but also Inglewood. Okay. um so this is the demographics, but we're gonna go to, but believe it or not, it's people in the neighborhood that actually make some type of money. I mean, make a little bit of money or whatever. um you know but this website does not really show too much. Let me go to another site that kind of goes into depth. Let me see what this says. Yeah, you see that woman of the past? I mean, it's pretty bad condition. Believe it or not, somebody actually was trying to buy it, and I couldn't try to get I couldn't sell it. I don't know. I was so green. I didn't even know how to sell the damn property. Okay, so these are all of the cities and these are all of the neighborhoods in Chicago. Well, most of them, but I you know what? Forget about it. Take my word for it. You do the research. Look up West Pullman, and then you could see the neighborhood. But I can tell you, hands down, it's definitely an F grade neighborhood. Okay, so yeah, this is a F grade house, right? This is what you want to run from. Okay, you do not want to take on this. Only person that could have fixed this house up would have been a master carpenter, somebody that actually knows how to freaking build houses, man. I mean, because if you're trying to do this yourself, one, you don't, the money would cost so much, the material would cost so much. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to pay the money to get this done. Even if you did, it would have cost a fortune to rebuild this house. Now, the funny thing is, it would have been still worth it because this is a 5 bedroom, 2 bath. and it probably could have even been a 6 bedroom because the basement wasn't finished. You know how much rent you could have made off of how much rent I could have made off of this? I could have rented this house out for like close to $1,800 a month because it's got so many bedrooms. I mean, literally, I could have made a fortune off of this property, because it was so many bedrooms. Uh, but yeah, you do not. I repeat, you do not, as an investor starting out, want to buy a F grade house unless you are a freaking carpenter. Meaning you know how to frame, you know how to freaking build foundations. Basically, you know how to rebuild houses. You do not want to mess with nothing like this. Okay, so that's one property, but I'm gonna open up realtor.com. I'm gonna go outside of my I'm gonna go to Michigan because we got women of the past here. I'm gonna see what Michigan got, and I'm gonna show you. I can look at. Let's go to Grand. Let's go to. Yeah, let's go to Detroit. Why not? Okay, I mentioned Detroit. Let's see what's going on. So let's go to Detroit, Michigan. So let's go there, and we're gonna see what they got on the market in Michigan. All right, so we're gonna take out. Well, it doesn't really matter. We just showing properties. Okay, so on the outside, well, let me see if these people, because a lot of times here's a. I'm gonna give you a little game, a little secret. If a property listing doesn't show you more than like one, if they don't show you the inside of the house, they just show you the outside of the house, chances are that's a D grade house or F grade house. I mean, because if they don't want to show you the house and the inside, that's like, one, it's a red flag, and two, chances are that house is a D grade house. Now, I could tell you just off the top, probably most likely this neighborhood is a F grade, D grade neighborhood. But let's look inside the house. On the outside, obviously this is a D grade on the outside. I hands down, boarded up properties, it's definitely a D grade. Okay, just this one picture alone, I already know it's a D grade property. Okay, it's definitely D grade, F grade type property. Okay, why it's $75,000? Probably they're looking at it like it's actually kind of similar to what my house was. So many bedrooms, you can make a lot of money off of those bedrooms. I mean, that's a big family that could live in all of those bedrooms. But it looks like they've already gutted the house for you. Whoever's owns this house, they already did the gut work for you. But I mean, looking at the price, let's look at the comparables because I don't know why this house is so expensive. Okay, I don't necessarily see it. Um, Let me see if I can find some comparables or something like that. Uh, Let me see nearby home values, 5 bedrooms. They don't really even say Seymour. Yeah, I don't really see. This is very high. Okay, this one is $72,000. Okay, what is this talking about? Okay, so this is off the market. Okay, this is just an estimate home value. Okay, let's load these pictures up. See what they talking about. It's actually not showing any pictures. I don't see any. Let me see if I can look up housing comps. Okay. I actually want to see, what is in this area. Let's see here. Because I don't know why this is so expensive, but let's see here. So let's plug in this address in Redfin. Okay. And I want to see what the housing comps is. This definitely is a D grade house, more F grade, D grade type of house. Okay. So someone's actually trying to sell his house. Okay. But let's see what the taxes are as well. Let's see here. See if they show the taxes. Tax history. So taxes are $1,400. It's pretty high. Well, it's somewhat high, but not really. In the Chicagoland area, it's actually worse. It's a lot worse, especially in the suburbs. So these are some comparables. This is whoever's trying to. Okay, this house sold for $120,000. Um, so we do like Redfin is a lot better site if you ask me. So maybe I'll just try Redfin, but this house sold for $120,000. Okay, it doesn't show the inside of the property. Um, but and this is a 3 bedroom. So this is another property that was sold. This looks like a like kind of some like a drawing or makeup or something. But yeah, I mean, just off the top of my head, I don't see why this house is so overpriced other than they're just trying to sell the house at a inflated rate to try to make some money off of it. I mean, I don't to try to get it to where it's so high that you basically you would have to negotiate lower to where they probably want to be at. Perhaps if you put the address on Zillow, it'll show you the surrounding prices around the location of the house on the map. Okay, let's try that. Well, this is actually realtor.com. Um, so let me go to the map here. Okay. So all right. So let's weed out some stuff. So let's just say 3+ bedrooms because we're looking at a house and we're gonna look at 1+ bath. Okay. So property type also we talking about single families and then multi-family homes. Okay. And then we could put townhomes. That's fine. All right. So I mean, yeah, you know, let's look at this one here. Okay. So let's look at this one because this one kind of maybe looks like it could possibly be a C grade house, but I don't know. Let's see here. This one is $37,000. Okay. It's got the outside. Do they have any pictures of the inside? Okay. All right. We getting somewhere. Just a lot of clothes. So this, my friend, is kind of a C grade type of house, man. You could actually work with this one. This is somebody whoever was living here, they got it to where it was where they could live in the house. They're trying to sell it. They got the bums of Detroit, the Detroit Lions, decals in the background on the wall. You know, the garage needs to be fixed. But this is a pretty good example of a C grade house. Now, I'll just have to say Detroit. I have to because it's in Detroit, it's an F grade neighborhood. But for the price, I have to agree that it might be a good deal because this is a C grade house, and C grade is like pretty much you're talking about. $10,000 to $15,000 to fix up this house because all it needs is basically got to fix the garage. Let me. I did not freaking make this big like that. Um, take all of this. Take that them bums off the wall. This little Detroit Lions. Fix the door or whatever. Like kind of make that nice. Um, I saw some plywood, in the house. Um, it's workable. I mean, the outside doesn't actually look bad. Get rid of all of that junk that's in the driveway. Um, you know, you pretty much yeah, probably have to repaint the rooms all one, eggshell white. Um, might put some flooring here, whatever room this is. Looks like something upstairs. Definitely gonna have to do something here. Probably need to put something here. Probably make a ceiling or whatever. Get rid of that little whatever that is, the little drop ceiling they have here. Redo the kitchen, repaint it, and then you see the little whatever this is on the side here. Get rid of that. Probably just sand that off, and then you just need to redo the kitchen. You know, uh, redo the bathroom a little bit, but the bathroom actually I've seen a lot worse. A lot of worse bathrooms. Okay, redo the look like the basement is kind of it's not finished, but you could probably just put some little like basement material down to where it looks nice. Like I said, paint over all of that because we don't want to see those bums on the wall. And then yeah, redo the garage. You know, refinish the concrete, and you good. You know. So yeah, this my friend is an example of a C grade house. Okay, so you actually not doing too bad with that one. So let's get out of here and let's go back to the other listings. I want to see. I guess I could see another one. Wow, it's only $7,000. Wow, that's woo. Somebody gonna buy this. I mean, somebody gonna buy this property because I'm giving them free advertising. And yeah, women of the past is probably gonna buy this one. So this is a brick right here. Look like definitely a D grade. I could probably say that F grade or D grade type of house. It's definitely D grade. So you gotta rip all. You might not have to rip out all the drywall, but you definitely have to do some sanding. Any part where it's any mold looks like it probably has some mold damage in here. Got need new windows. Need to sand the whole all of the walls and repaint them. Need a new bathroom. You just gotta gut this whole house basically, but not down to the bare studs. Just gotta sand the walls and sand all the walls. Maybe put some type of finish and some prime and paint them. You just gotta prime sand all these walls and prime and paint, and then you gotta redo all of this siding. As you can see, the electrical is completely gutted. they done took they done took the meter out and took everything out of the house. Looks like so it's probably needs full electrical, full plumbing, but it's $7,000. I mean, shit, that's literally, man, for a brick house, that's actually not bad. I mean, roughly speaking, I would pull the trigger on something like this. Now, you want to do your due diligence when you're buying real estate because you want to check to see if there's taxes owed or back taxes owed. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised somebody see this and then you know um, make a phone call, try to close on this property because this looks like You know, something that you could probably, you know, do something with. So looks like, you know, this is a property that was involved in the real estate market crash of 2008. Um, then, you know, whatever happened, someone got it, and then they're trying to sell it for 7 grand. Taxes looks like it's you know, kind of low. So yeah, man, I don't know, but I definitely will buy this one. I would definitely buy it. Now you saying women of the past, you saying location is what will pay off. Oh yeah, definitely location. And then you want to look at the block. I can just look at the pictures. It looks like it's a vacant house across the street. So I don't know. Let's look at the block. Let's try to see what the street view looks, because that's another thing. When you buying a property like in Detroit or Gary, Indiana, or any place, when the block is messed up, if you don't got the money to buy that whole block, you might as well don't even bother, because if you got vacant properties on your block and you buy one property, I mean, good luck, because I mean, you pretty much in no man's land when you do that. You know, you gonna have a hard time trying to rent that out or sell it, you know, and all of that, because you just don't have a nice block to work around. Because when you rebuild a community, part of that rebuilding is block by block. So if you buy a house, one thing I looked at the first time I looked at um you know, the first house that I bought from the investor that I was gonna, you know, possibly buy, I looked at the block first, and the block was not hitting on nothing. And I was like, man, I can't do it, because this block is terrible. There's nothing for me to work with this. I don't even want to live on this terrible block. So when I saw another property and it was on a pretty good block, you know, I was like, okay, this is something I could work with. You know, because it's like you do not want to be on no property where the block is all messed up. Okay, so we on the street view here. I'm showing my tech skills. So we are on the ground via Google. So we're gonna look at the block here. All right, we're gonna turn this around. All right, we're gonna see what's going on. This is not a bad block. Got a nice house across the street. You got this boarded up. I mean, you could one thing you could do is you could buy up all the houses, and it looks like they're doing some work right here. They ain't just leaving this house here just vacant. Somebody's working here. I don't know what's going on here, but whatever. You can work with this block. Nah, this ain't no bad block. So yeah, you could work with this block. This is not a bad block. I've saw a lot worse, right? You know, this ain't bad, man. You got people got brand new little, well, not brand new, but they got a nice car, whatever, right there. I mean, you know, you got a little money over here, little money. Look like what? Yeah, somebody got a little Buick. You know what I'm saying? Motor City. Yeah, this is something you can work with, definitely. So now, you know, now it's pretty much, man. This is pretty much this is an aim and shoot right here, because it's on a decent block. Look at the backyard. The backyard's got some space. I mean, this is a fairly, you know, decent price house. I mean, you fix it up. You even put 30 grand in it, 40 grand. Fix it up. You could probably rent it out. You know, I don't know what the market rates. Let's see what the market rates are in that area or whatever. Let's go to realtor.com. Let's do some research here. We got some time, you know, got some time. So let me put in this code. This is 48238. 448 48238. So it's Detroit, Michigan. So we gonna see what's going on because the rents tell you a lot about what's going on. So yeah, you can get about $850, 600, $1,000, for a decent house. I mean, in that area, right in that area there. I mean, look like about 700, 800 bucks, man, for or more. Actually, about 900. So yeah, you could make your reinvestment back in like 5, 6 years. Be printing money, you know. So yeah, I mean that's what's up. Um, I guess well, let me see where let me I'm gonna go back to Chicago. I'm gonna go back to Chicago and then well, let's go to Cook County. Go to Cook County and we're gonna further explain. We're gonna get a little bougie. We're gonna get a little bougie. We're gonna go to B and A grade neighborhoods. We're gonna go to B and A grade neighborhoods, and I'm gonna show you what a B and an A grade type of house in the neighborhood. Because I don't know every other state, but I know the Chicagoland area. Okay, so um, let's go here. Let's go here to this house here. Okay, so this is Glenwood. I mean, or Glenview. So this is actually a townhouse, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So Glenview is like a B grade neighborhood, I would say. It's very low crime, kind of upper middle class, upper class people that live in there. This condo or townhome it's really B grade as well. Very expensive, but Glenview is one of those money towns. Because when you living in a B grade neighborhood and A grade, that's really I call those money towns. Okay, those are money towns. Okay, look at that kitchen. I mean, it's a pretty nice kitchen. You know. So yeah, this is a B grade. Is that Kobe Bryant on the? Okay, that's weird. But we got to look at the HOA fees because yeah, okay, so HOA fees is not that much. Property tax is not that well. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. I could actually afford this, but I can't qualify. I don't have the credit. But anyway, yeah, let's look at something else. Actually, yeah, let's look at something else, okay? We looking at B grade, A grade neighborhoods, okay? So let's see here. Yeah. So this is a A grade neighborhood, and I bet you this is either a B or A grade house right here. This is Winnetka. Okay, 6 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. This is one of the richest towns in Illinois, in an entire Illinois, right here. Okay. This is it right here. This is where you put Grey Poupon on your sandwich. When your woman come bring you your sandwich, she putting Grey Poupon on there, you know, and your bread is slightly buttered. Okay. So yeah, $1.785 million. You know, your public school system is pretty much the equivalent of a private school. I mean, look at this, buddy. This is A grade type status right here. A grade all day long. Okay, you know, this is look, they got the professional gas, stove with the range over the top, little wine bar in the middle of the kitchen, little fireplace there with the overhead TV that comes with the house or whatever that is. Look at this. You know, all of this stuff is pretty much gonna be there. I mean, you just move in ready. Just get your delivery. Get your and you notice how it had two washing machines. So you just get your boxes, move in, and get your bedding. Just lay down and go to sleep. Wake up, go get in the shower. That's it. This is what A grade type of stuff is. A grade neighborhood and all of that. So now you get I hope you get a gist of this education that I'm giving you. Now, Orland Park, I'm gonna, I was on, I think the Real Deal, yeah, Real Deal Financial site. And he was talking about Orland Park. So this is Orland Park here. Um, Orland Park is a B grade neighborhood. Okay, um, it's a B grade neighborhood. This looks like some type of like rustic cabin type, woodish type house, ranch style house. Okay. This is like a you know pretty good condition house. I would say B A grade type house. I mean, it's fairly inexpensive too. 300 grand for a house like this. That's pretty cost efficient, because this a house like this in that same neighborhood that I showed you, Winnetka. This house would have been probably 800, $900,000 if it was in Winnetka. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much, you know, this is pretty nice. Okay. So yeah, my internet is like slow, so these pictures load very, very slow. But yeah, this is an example right here. Now you talking about St. Louis, Missouri. Now, I mean, St. Louis is rough. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily move to St. Louis. But I don't know. I can go there. I mean, look at what they have, but I wouldn't necessarily move to St. Louis, because one thing I don't like about St. Louis or even Missouri, Missouri is very racist toward black people. And then two, because they're so racist, it's very hard to live there if you're black. I mean, even if you have money and you're in Missouri and you're black, it's rough. Like Missouri is like one of those states where they got like, they got a lot of stuff going on there. But I will look and see what, because I've never looked at Missouri. Um, they have one of the um they have a lot of wealthy towns in Missouri and St. Louis, and they don't have any black people in the town. Like, I mean, they're very inexclusive in St. Louis, Missouri. Like, I really I have no aspirations at all about anything involving St. Louis, but I'm always up for trying to make a little bang for my buck, or I'm always up for evaluation to see what's going on. St. Louis is actually not that far from me. It's like maybe about 4 hours away. Okay, so let's see what St. Louis has to offer. Okay, let's see here. This little box house looks weird, but I don't know. Let's see what we got here. So I got it to where, okay, it's just searching for relevant listings. So let's look at this here. And then we're gonna break down the demographics of this area. This little nice little looking house here. We're gonna see what the demographics is. Let's see what's going on here. This is 72 grand. Now, one thing I do notice about this house, $72,000, but they only have 4 pictures, and they don't even show you the full house. This is definitely C grade type of stuff. Okay. Yeah, definitely. This, as you see the ceilings up here, they need to be worked to be complete. This fan has to be completely detached to work on the ceilings. Um, yeah, this house is like, this is a distressed property. Okay. And it looks like the it looked like the house is kind of leaning to the left a little bit. Just, I don't know if that's just how they took the picture, but it kind of looks like it's leaning a little bit to the left. And then they only show you 4 pictures. One thing about real estate listings, when you're trying to find a when you're trying to sell a property, they're trying to show you all the pictures that they can. They're trying to show you everything they can. So when when they're selling the property and it's only 4 pictures, that's an indication that the house is in bad shape, because they're not confident enough to list the house fully to show you the inner workings of the house. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this house, but let's look at the zip code, see what the demographics is in this area. So one thing I do know is that I know. Let me see here. Zip Skinny is a good demographic site. Let's see what's going on. Actually, you know what? I think Zip Skinny is not around. Let me look at my bookmarks to see if I can find a good uh, tool to use for demographics, real estate, or whatever. Let me see here. So I think Zip Skinny is no longer in existence. Um, let's see here. Probably is in my tools folder. Let me see here. So let's see. Uh, hmm. Mm, Let me try to just put in demographics. Demographics. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see. Okay, demographics. Let me see here. I know I saved some of those sites, but I just can't find them. Okay. Okay, Neighborhood Scout maybe is one of them. Okay. All right, so we already saved the zip. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here with St. Louis, with this area. But it looks like a pretty nice house, I'd have to say. Um, yeah, it looks like, outside it's a nice little brick house or whatever. Looks nice, but I don't know why it just keeps going to where I'm at. I guess you gotta put in the city and okay. All right. It's this. All right, and then you gotta put in. Okay, so let it auto select. Okay. All right. All right, all right. National Realtor Association. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. This is loading up. All right. I don't really see anything. Doesn't really show. It just, I mean, I guess you gotta pay some money or whatever to see something. Let me try to find. Let me see here. Website. Let me put in demographics websites. Site. Okay. Okay. Uh. Okay. I think I've heard about this one. Let's see here. Oh no, this is something else. That's actually. Wait, hold on. Let me see here. Is this what I was looking for? All right. So let's try that again. Let's try that. Um, St. Louis, Louis, Missouri. All right. See what's going on here. Saint. Shoot, I don't know what the. Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't see anything here. I know there's demographic websites. Let me see here what this says. Best one is for market research. Let's see here. Um, Census. I'm not trying to go to the census. Pew Research, Statistia, Survey Monkey. This is weird because I know it's demographic sites, but it just like I don't. Let me go to real estate demographics. Let me see if I could find something here. You said national social. Yeah, okay. Let's try. Let's try what she talking about here. See what's going on. Because I'm not too familiar with Missouri. I'm just not. Just not really that familiar. Yeah, this ain't hitting on much. Let's try here again. Atom data. It used to. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for city data. That was what I was looking for. This one is, yeah. Shout out to city data. They got, yeah. They got this is where I was actually looking. I got some information from them before. So, let's see here. You got 42% of renters in that particular area, so that's pretty good. Um, okay, male, female, got a high school graduation rate, a pretty high bachelor's degree rate, so even a pretty decent graduate. A lot of people with graduate degrees. It's kind of a mixed area. Okay, white, black. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. So I mean, it looks like this house. It looks like it's in a nice neighborhood. I mean, it doesn't look like it's in a ghetto. I mean, it looks like it's, I know St. Louis is not all the ghetto. I mean, but it looks like it's in a fairly decent area. Let's see what the crime is looking like. Okay, so let's go to crime statistics. So yeah, shout out to City Data, man. You know, okay, crime. I don't really see any. Let's see, probably all the way at the bottom. Let's see what the education is talking about. Okay, so got a lot of kids in private school in that area. Um, okay, let's see, see here. I don't see it doesn't say. Maybe I passed. Maybe I skimmed past it too fast, but I know they show crime statistics, but I didn't see any. Let me try to see if I went past it or whatever. Let's see here. Um, let's see here. Um, okay. Yeah, I don't see anything where it talks about crime, crime stats. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, but it looks like it's a fairly decent community. But any reason why you were looking at Missouri, Woman of the Past? I mean, is there have you lived there before or something? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily. I wouldn't buy this house because I mean, I don't know if this is something I would buy. Let's look at the other maybe comps or whatever that's in this area. So, see here. So this is, let's see what's sold. So another thing is you want to, in order to see what kind of bend the curtains, you want to see what sold. So so I might have to go to Zillow for that information. So let's go to Zillow and see actually what's sold in that particular zip code. Okay, so gonna put that in there. So let's see here. Um, so we just put St. Louis. It's tripped out. I mean, St. Louis zip code is 6, so it's the same thing as Illinois. Kind of weird. All right, so I'm gonna close out of this, and we're gonna look for properties that sold. Okay, only because I want to see what they had that sold. Okay. All right. Let's see why that loads up. Um. Yes. Wow. Somebody bought this for 4 grand. Whoa. What in the what the heck? What in the heck? No. $4,000. What? Oh, let's say 2,900. Where? Wait, no. Wait, hold on. And is this the same property? Dang, somebody bought it for four. Somebody bought it for $4,000. Man, this is a hustle. Oh, they bought it in 2018 for $4,000. Okay, and then they ain't even do anything, and they want $29,000. Wow, this look like the same condition my house in. So he bought it. Somebody bought this house for $4,000 2 years ago, and then now they want $29,000 for it. Man, hey, I can't knock the hustle, man. I ain't gonna knock the hustle, but God, dog. I mean, wow. So somebody got it for 4 grand. They trying to get 29,000. I wish them all the best of luck. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, this is definitely, D grade type of house right here. That's gonna take a lot of money to fix up. I wish them the best of luck on that one. But anyway, I anybody have any questions about housing grades and neighborhood grades? Because if you don't, gonna close this one on out. I hope you know now what I mean by housing neighborhood grades and housing grades, because now you should be able to, you probably have to rewatch this video. You should be able to actually look into a property. You should also even know what neighborhood, just by just casually just observing, even just looking up certain demographics. Um, I'm gonna put this website in the description, City Data. You should already know how to look at a property, and by just simply the listing of the property, you should be able to, without even doing a walkthrough, just looking at the pictures, you should be able to determine what grade of the property that property is in by this live stream. So this educational lesson for free 99. um you now have a toolkit to understand, basically, to kind of be like, having a mind like an investor, that you could look at a property and determine what grade the property is in. So yeah, so definitely, if this information is beneficial to you, like, comment on it, share it to whoever think might need this information. But this is Market Mondays. I'm going to close this on out. I hope you all have wonderful rest of the evening.